to play his own. Nigga slow. Oh. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Love Coach Sessions. I am your man. I'm your host, KTJ, and welcome to our sessions. They call me the Love Coach, and this is Love Coach Sessions Live, and we're here every day, Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock Eastern Time, and we're glad to be here today. You guys come on in the house, and you're welcome to jump into the chat box, and if you watch this on the replay, feel free to leave a comment down below. All right, if this is your first time checking out the show, welcome to the show. And I ask you to please hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell so you don't miss anything. So you need everybody to hit that like button as well as we get this show on the road. So today, you guys, I picked up my phone and I saw something very interesting that I've been kind of thinking about anyway. You know, why do you think stars, people in show business, people in the music business, people in the media struggle with relationships? I mean, you would think to yourself, you got money, you got cars, you have position, people know you, like doors of opportunity just open for you. Once you've got a name, once you've got a presence, out here, certain things just happen for you, right? There are certain artists that don't have to even try to have a hit song. Like the song, just like almost whatever they create goes viral, it goes big. You know, Beyonce doesn't have to even work that hard to have a hit song, it seems like, like some of those songs that became hit songs, right? Beehive, don't come after me. That's just my opinion. She made some good stuff, but at a certain level, she's able to essentially produce what she wants, and people will be like, okay, that's Beyonce. That's what Beyonce is doing. It don't matter how weird. That's just what she's doing because she's got that stature, she's got that positioning. But for regular people, they struggle. We all. I'm a regular person. We struggle to ascend and to get attention for our brands. Everybody is in the race for attention, right? Attention for what we have to say, what we have to do. But it seems like the stars, right, with all of their amenities, and with all of the doors that just open for them, it seems like they struggle the most when it comes to relationships. So I saw an article on this was on CNN today on Sharon Stone, and she says, it says Sharon Stone says she's had it with dating. Sharon Stone, y'all know Sharon Stone, Basic Instinct, legs crossed, all that good stuff. She said she is done with dating. Now, let me just give you a little rundown about Sharon Stone. She revealed that she's done with dating. She was speaking on the Drew Barrymore show, and the twice divorced 62-year-old actress said she is finding dates insincere and not her time. Let's stop right there. She's finding dates insincere. Well, Sharon Stone is dating, right? So when a man finds out that he's going out with Sharon Stone, now for Sharon Stone, she's been a star a long time. She has had to evaluate people and their motives for a long time, right? When you're a star, you always wondering, why are people hanging around? Why do you want to be with me? Are you trying to get some light from my light? Do you have a script that you're trying to get through Hollywood? Like, what's your reason for wanting to be my friend? Which is, a lot of people would love to trade places with somebody like Sharon Stone to get notoriety and money and all that sort of thing. But, that's a challenging way to live. When you always have to question people's motives. When you get money and position, You always have to question people's motives. Sometimes you got to question your own family members' motives, your friends, your childhood friends, people you've known for years. They will flip on you. And so you have to challenge, like, why do they want to be in my life now? Okay. So you can imagine her going on a date. She said she's meeting men who are insincere. She said, I'm done with dating and I've had it. She said, I don't want any insincere baloney and game playing. She said she doesn't need another kid. She says, I just feel it emotional maturity in relationships with men and women are seemingly in different spots. What is she saying? She said, it seems like emotional, being a grown-up, emotional sincerity, emotional maturity is in different places with men versus women. That could be true. Or, you know what else could be true? She's choosing the wrong men. People, listen, when I have my sessions, a lot of my sessions, especially the ones I have with women, they tell me their long story. And at the end of it, a lot of times it comes down to the same thing. You keep choosing the wrong men. You haven't figured out how to choose the man who's going to be right for your future. Here we go again, y'all. Yeah, you're going to hear me say it a lot. You're choosing people for your right now, but you got a future that's coming, and you have to choose from your future, not just from your present. All right. And so she is choosing men who are emotionally immature, as she says. Now, what does that actually mean when somebody is emotionally immature? Could it mean that they're not giving you what you want, as far as whatever that might be? Is a man emotionally immature if you say, I want to get married, and he says, I'm not getting married? Probably not. Now, I guess in her terms, emotional immature man would say, yeah, I want to get married someday, or string her along, but he really doesn't want to get married. Now a woman who is a 62-year-old actress, she is used to a certain kind of treatment, right? Maybe that's the emotional the emotional maturity that she's talking about. She's used to a certain kind of treatment. She's used to being pampered. She's used to being taken care of, right? Well, maybe the men of today, of 2020, even as they might be older, but they're still of 2020, they got a different perspective. And you could be a 62-year-old actress if you want to. You're just another lady out here looking for a man. You're just another person out here who is hoping for love, looking for love. See, here's the thing. The love game doesn't change. And the love game doesn't care who's in it. It doesn't care, high, low, in between. If you have high position, if you had a good job, if you're a star, if everybody knows you, or if nobody knows you, and you don't have a job, and you don't have a career, and let's say you live down at the rescue mission in this homeless shelter, guess what? Love is still the same. Love doesn't care, where you've been or who you are. At the end of it, it comes down to you and one other person. And you being able to find that one other person who fits into your future. Now, somebody like Sharon Stone, they say these Hollywood guys, they generally get married about 3 times, 3 to 4 times, right? And I understand it too, right? Because it's difficult for somebody who's a star, somebody like Sharon Stone, to marry somebody whose future matches theirs, right? Because the future for Hollywood is going fast. You know, oftentimes the director is a good person who fits that, but not always. Maybe somebody in the business, but not always, right? I'm telling you. So, we actually take this thing very lightly. Like, oh, all it is just falling in love. All it takes is just finding the one. Yeah, that's all it takes. Well, how come so many people have not done that? Look, there are people who are in relationships who have not found the one. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. There are people who are married who have not found the one. There are people who've been together for 30 years and they still ain't the one. They just the one that they decided on. So are you going to be with the one that you just decided on? Or are you going to take the time to discover who the one is that's going to be right for you? Now, is that I said that with emphasis, right? Does that mean that there's only one person on God's green earth for you? No. There are 6 billion people in the world. I'm telling you, a couple of them might be good for you at different times, right? A couple of them might be good for you. But at the same time, the most important person for you to get to know, get to love, get to enjoy their presence is yourself. Now, there is a formula for finding the one, and I'm hosting a class. I'm doing a class coming up in a couple of weeks, and we're going to delve into this, and I'm going to help some people to find the one, to really chisel it down. Listen to this, you guys. I know it sounds corny, right? But think of it this way. You had training in every area of your life before you began to do it. Even getting your driver's license, that you had to take the test, and then they put you on the road for look, before that, for us, we took the class in school. They don't teach driver's ed in school no more. We took the class in school, and they had us do this thing called drive in simulation. You got to be a certain age to remember simulation, right? And you're sitting on they put these this box in front of you that almost looked like a video game, but an old school video game. And it had a wheel, and it had a clutch, and it had all of the stuff that it needed, right? And you practiced the process of driving. You driving along, and out comes a dog on the screen. And you're like, whoa, hey, there's a dog. You drive a little bit more, you figure out what to do when the dog comes. You stop the vehicle, right? And then dog runs away. You start up again. And in comes a kid playing with a ball, running in front of the car, and you got to figure out what to do. Do I hit the kid, or do I go around the kid, or do I stop for the kid? Okay, you're supposed to stop for the kid. Now, all of these things, this is just driver's ed, and this is simulation. I didn't really know why they called it simulation until I started driving. And then I realized why they called this thing in driver's ed simulation. Why? Because real life is just like simulation. I can't tell you how many dogs I've avoided and hit. Unfortunately, I hit one too last year this time. It was terrible, but I couldn't stop, and he was flying. He flew under my car. Ugh, bad story. But look, I can't tell you how many kids have bounced their balls in front of my car. Now, I've never hit no kid, thank God. Never hit a kid, but each one of these things that I went through in simulation, I actually went through in real life as a driver. And I'm telling you, you guys, in school, there's never been any kind of simulation for having a relationship. All you did was get eye shot of maybe your parents' relationship. For some people, they've never seen their parents together. So how do you know how to run a relationship? If you've never seen mom and dad hold hands, you never seen them kiss, you never seen them talk, you never seen them argue, you never seen them make up, how do you know how to have a good relationship? If you never seen a good relationship, how do you know one? How do you do one? Oh, you go by trial and error. And then 10 years later, you realize, wait a minute, what did I sign up for? This isn't what I wanted. But then you're already down the road. By then, you already got 3 kids. By then, you already got a husband and a career and a house to pay for. And getting out of these things are much more difficult than getting into it. Sharon Stone. All right, Sharon Stone. She was married in 84. Look, check this out, you guys. She registered for Bumble. You guys know Bumble, the dating app, and she got blocked because they couldn't believe that somebody named Sharon Stone, who fit her description, was actually on Bumble looking for love. She's been reduced to a regular person in the regular hustle and having some of the same challenges, right? She was married in 84 and separated 3 years later. She got married in 98 and divorced in 2004. She's been out there. She's got 3 sons. And she says listen to this. She says there's certain misunderstandings about power and what it means to be masculine and what it means to be powerful and what it means to be important as she's teaching her sons. She's teaching her sons what it means to be masculine. Okay. Unfortunately, a woman cannot teach a boy how to be masculine. You can't do it because, for one thing, he's listening to it through a female lens. You are telling him through a female lens. Now, there are a lot of mothers who try and tell their sons, my son's going to be a good man and I'm going to tell him what to do. Right? You're telling him from a female perspective. You don't know how to tell him how to be a man from a man's perspective. From a female perspective, mom will have you, just go out and date a nice girl. Find a nice girl and settle down. You got to get yourself a good job and get yourself a nice girl and settle down. And then the son goes out here and these barracudas are ready to eat him up as soon as they find out he got a job and a good life, come from good stock. They ready to register him. They ready to sign him right up. Because mom didn't tell him about them barracudas who are only after him for his money. Or those ones who are only after him to use him and he's just trying to be a nice boy. And they around the corner with Chad. They around the corner with Peanut because he's just a nice guy. And they thought they wanted a nice guy, but they really don't want a nice guy. They want a man with some with that guy who she's describing. They want a man with some masculine traits, some men who know where they're going, a man who can lead the way, men who can decide what they want. A man sometimes who can tell them to sit down and be quiet. I didn't say shut up, but I said sit down and be quiet. Okay? Now, mom is raising this nice boy. The nice boy may not be, he's just trying to be a nice boy like mom said. And he keeps finishing last. Listen, that right there is a whole new video that we may have to do one day. Why nice guys finish last. Maybe because mom set him up to finish last. She was good intention, but it didn't pan out. So I think like these conversations have to be had, man. Like these stars, all these people, these these music people, like they together now, they not together now. Cardi B, her husband, Offset, they together. He buy her a nice car. She's back with him. She's thinking about it. All of that stuff, back and forth. Listen, it don't matter how high the profile is. The game is still the same. Don't matter how much money you got. You got to come back to the game. You can be all the way up here, but when you want to be in love with a person and build a life with a person, you got to bring that all the way back down here and be regular. And some people just can't do it. Some people in Hollywood just can't do it. They can't be regular. Listen, love is regular. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love gives, which is a lot of this stuff is the opposite of what the Hollywood, what the high profile life is. High profile life is not about giving. Ask the guy in the highest office in the land. It's the difference between somebody who ran for office, who's been in office for many years, and somebody who just came out of the business arena. The business arena is not about giving. The business arena is about getting and multiplying what you get and beating the other guy. But public service is about public service. So that could be different. And so it is with love. You got to come right back down to the real box of love that is right there in the middle, and it doesn't differentiate between the haves and the have-nots. Have-nots get divorced just as much as the haves. But sometimes the have-nots will stay together because of their circumstances. That's a whole nother conversation, you guys. Sometimes the have-not stay together because it economically makes sense. It's going to be tougher on everybody if we go separate, But is that real love, and is that the love that's going to be lasting? That is the question. So, all right, you guys, that's it for today. Look, hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell so you don't miss anything. We got more of these to come. Hit me with it on the inbox or hit me at lovecoachatlanta@gmail.com if you got a topic, or if you need a Love Coach session, we will hook you up and make it happen. All right. You guys have an amazing day. Talk to you soon. Bye.